The railbolt screamed through the air, a streak of white-hot death. Time fractured. Kira Chen's hand closed around it mid-flight. The impact drove her backward, boots scraping metal. Steam hissed from her palm. She looked at the shooter, smile cold as void space. "Hazard?" she said quietly. "Check." Covenant Station hung in the 30th sector like a jewel of glass and steel, home to 43 species trying to coexist under one fragile roof. Humans were rare here. The Galactic Concordat labeled them hazard species after first contact, citing unpredictable aggression thresholds, extreme pain tolerance, and adrenal capabilities that defied biological norms. Most aliens considered it paranoid bureaucracy. Kira Chen knew better. She'd served 8 years in Earth's colonial defense before mustering out, taking security work on stations where nobody asked about the scars or the nightmares. She kept to herself, monitoring camera feeds and breaking up drunken disputes between traders. Simple, clean, no complications. But she carried weight the aliens couldn't see. 5 years ago, her sister Maya died in a colony raid. Kira had hesitated, calculated odds, followed protocol. Maya died screaming. Kira swore 2 things that day: never hesitate again, and never let protocol choose who lives. Unity Festival filled the station's market district with color and noise. Veresh merchants hawked iridescent silks. Kraeth families sampled cuisine from a dozen worlds. Children chased floating light spheres near the central fountain. Kira watched from the security booth, hoping the day would pass quietly. It didn't. A Veresh named Dexfer entered the market at 1447 station time. His carapace bore militant sect markings. His cloak concealed a railgun, military-grade, illegal on civilian stations. He moved with purpose toward the Kraeth merchant stalls, antennae rigid with rage. A trade dispute had turned political. The Veresh delegation claimed the Kraeth had violated tariff agreements. Threats had been exchanged. Dexfer decided words weren't enough. He drew the railgun. Station AI shrieked warnings. Weapon discharge imminent. Evacuate Sector 7. Panic detonated through the crowd. Aliens scattered, their biologies not built for explosive movement. Dexfer aimed at a cluster of Kraeth children playing near the fountain. The railgun's charge coil whined, rising in pitch. Kira was 50 meters away. She calculated 3 seconds until firing. 5 seconds for evacuation protocols to seal bulkheads. 8 seconds for tactical drones to reach firing position. The children wouldn't make it. Protocol demanded she activate containment systems. Save the station. Sacrifice the few. She saw Maya's face in those children. Kira moved. Not toward cover. Toward the shooter. Her legs launched her forward in a sprint that made nearby aliens flinch. Humans weren't supposed to move that fast, that explosively. Her muscles burned, adrenal response flooding her system with strength her species had refined over millions of years, running down prey across African plains. The railgun fired. The bolt shrieked through air at hypersonic velocity. Kira's hand snapped out. She caught it. The impact was devastating. Her palm seared, flesh charring against superheated metal. The force drove her backward 3 meters, boots leaving scorch marks on deck plating. Her shoulder joint screamed. Every nerve in her arm ignited with agony. She didn't scream. She didn't drop it. She closed her fingers around the bolt and crushed the propulsion core. It died, deactivated, impossible physics rendered inert by raw human grip strength and absolute refusal to let go. The market fell silent. Aliens stared, the threat assessment matrices unable to process what they'd witnessed. A human, catching a railbolt. With her hand. Dexfer's antennae quivered. His compound eyes fixed on Kira's face. She dropped the bolt. It clanged against metal, the sound impossibly loud. Then she walked toward him. 1 step, 2. Her burned hand hung at her side, smoke curling from blackened flesh. Her eyes never left his. "You tried to kill children," she said, voice low and edged with something ancient. Vexver raised the railgun again, mandibles clicking in panic. Kira closed the distance in 3 strides. Her hand clamped around the barrel. She wrenched it from his grip with such force his exoskeleton cracked. The weapon clattered away. Then Kira did something that froze every witness. She snarled. Not a shout. Not a curse. A deep guttural sound from humanity's predatory past. A noise that carried the weight of millions of years as apex hunters. The sound ancient humans made before they learned language when threat displays meant survival. It was primal, immediate, undeniable. Vexver's instincts, refined over evolutionary epochs, screamed one word, predator. His legs folded. He collapsed into a submissive crouch, all aggression evaporating into pure survival terror. Station security arrived in a storm of drones and armored personnel. They found Kira standing over the Veresh, her hand ruined, her expression calm. The Kraeth children huddled nearby, unharmed. One child approached slowly. She stared at Kira's burned palm, then up at her face. "You hurt," the child whispered through her translator. "Why you no run?" Kira knelt, meeting the child's eyes. Running wasn't an option. Medical teams swarmed. They tried to treat Kira first. She directed them toward traumatized civilians instead. A Kraeth elder approached, scales shimmering with complex emotion. "The system labels your species hazardous," he said carefully. "I thought it was ... exaggeration." Kira looked at her ruined hand, already beginning the frighteningly rapid human healing process. "It's not about being dangerous," she said. "It's about choosing who we're dangerous for." The footage spread across the galactic network within hours. Xenobiologists analyzed it obsessively. Human adrenal response, pain suppression, grip strength, damage tolerance. But data couldn't capture what witnesses felt. That snarl. That moment, a bureaucratic label became visceral reality. The galaxy labeled humans hazardous. Kira proved them right, just not how they expected. Because humanity's greatest danger was never cruelty, it was refusal to abandon the defenseless.